Welcome back to On the Ground. I'm your host, Shannon. So today we got some unboxings, Christmas gift unboxings from my aunt, my uncle, my grandmother. I don't know if my cousin, she sent me anything. So if you're watching this, you didn't send me anything, that's okay. I didn't send them anything except a lot of love. And I got a Christmas card here from my dad. I'm gonna tell you, it's probably got some money in it. I hope, but we'll find out and see. But I keep my Christmas cards. I don't know where I put them at though. So I'm making this video for them. I love them, you know. So and they live 12 hours drive away from here. So anyways, I didn't wake up till like 2:30 today, so let's hurry up and get into this Christmas unboxing. And again, everybody, I hope you're having a Merry Christmas. I don't know what's in here. One of the bottom one's heavy. I don't know what that is. Maybe tools or something. I don't know. We'll see. But I haven't made no videos here recently, but I just haven't had much to make a video about really right now. I mean, I've been working a lot, you know, 15 hours, manual labor in a factory, a lot of it. It's pretty busy on Thursday, but I don't have to work Friday. I don't have to work tomorrow, I think. I hope. We'll find out. Let's see, this one's from I'm gonna say they're mainly from my aunt. She's always really good to get me stuff. I appreciate it. Let's see what we got here. I got a Carhartt. It's Carhartt. I'd say my aunt. My uncle probably helped pick out a little bit. Yeah, it's Carhartt. I can use this. Honor the Land. United by Nature. I like that. Built to serve and protect hard-working people. Yep, she knows I work hard. So I sure do. Alright, next one. This one's a little heavier. I don't know if it's, I don't know, we'll find out. It's kind of heavy. Oh, that looks like a tool or something. Maybe. Oh, I bet you I know what's in the other one. This is a DeWalt. This is probably my uncle's choosing right here. He's a big tool man. He's probably got more tools. It's 45-piece driver set. So it's pretty nice. I'm gonna say he went to Lowe's or somewhere and they seen it was on sale and he's like, that's a good deal. I know how he is. Thanks, appreciate it. Thanks for this, Diane, or Paul, but all of you, or my mom, my grandmother, and this so far. Let's see what else we got here. Still trying to wake up. Old-fashioned candy canes. I don't think it's candy canes in here, but we'll find out. Like the thermal, I need some long sleeves. I have a whole lot of them. There's a large. I usually wear medium. This is a medium, but I'm not real picky. I like it. It's nice. I got several things from her. She's got from Cabela's. It says Cabela's, so this came from Cabela's. So thank you, Diane. Most of all my clothes I got rid of. I only have what I need, you know. I still got the jacket she sent me a couple of years ago. Still got this watch She got me several years ago. I've had this watch for several years. I can't remember how long ago she got me this. It's been a long time. I've had it for 4 or 5 years or more. Jacket's 2 or 3 years old. But where's the Christmas card? I should have opened this first. I wasn't thinking. I'm still waking up. That's my excuse. I'm just waking up. Alright, Christmas cards. I always like Christmas cards. I got them somewhere. I've kept them for years. Most of them. I lose them sometimes. Merry Christmas. There's our money in here. What? Boy, you know. There's some money in here. $200. Nice. The Christmas season is a chance to wish you well and hope for joy in your life and blessings for you always. Merry Christmas. We love you, Paul, Diane, and Mama. Chris ain't on there. I'm gonna get her. She works a lot too. Oh, let's just set this over here. Thank you for the card. Put this right here. Just like that. I don't know if you can see it on the camera. Alright. So let's see. What's the next one? What's the next one? Another long sleeve. I can use all this. This is like a windbreaker tail. I can use this like like over this or something. I need my jacket. Cause man, it gets so cold. It's like 35, 40 below with that bomb cyclone that came through here with wind chill. I mean, it hits you in the face, it hurts. I wore that Sitka Fanatic jacket and that beanie and that gaiter. I was burnt, it was toasty, even with it 35 below zero. I mean, it's that warm. It's that warm. And I know it works, so trust me. If you want something that's warm, look at the Sitka Fanatic jacket. I mean, it's expensive, but when you live where I live, and the weather I have to live in, 35, 40 below, wind chill, and that wind, it's got that wind blocker, it works. Believe me, it works. I wouldn't lie about that. I work hard for the money that I get, so for me to spend, let's see, almost $2,000 between two sets. The jacket, I got it for $320. The bibs, I got for $320. That's $640. Yeah, well, maybe it's not quite 2,000. And then the Sitka Stratus bibs and the Sitka Stratus jacket, I believe I paid $280 a piece. So that's what, $560. So let's see, 640, 560. So that's $1,200. You know, then I got the beanie and the gaiter and this hat and gloves. So probably in all close to $2,000. But I kind of needed it. But yeah, that Sitka Fanatic, you know, with the proper layer, yeah. I mean, even 35, 40 below, it only in your face because you don't have nothing here. But with that beanie and that gaiter and a hoodie on, because I wore a hoodie, and I had this, the Sitka Fanatic heavyweight shirt, and that Fanatic jacket. That's all I had on my upper body, and that gaiter and that, and I was warm. I was warm underneath, just in my face where that wind was hitting me. But you probably could find goggles or something if you really need it. But I'm telling you, that stuff is warm. I don't know that there's anything as warm as that. I mean, I'm not saying that there isn't, but let's get back to opening this. But anyway, Yeah, I kind of figured this. I get a drill bit and a drill. So I can always do it. Man can never have no tools that I always do. That's a nice one. Well, thank you, Paul and Diane, for buying this for me. I appreciate it. I can use it. I love you very much, and I thank you very much for this. So, now, so we got some shirts and some tools. I got one more card here to open for my day. So we'll see what we got here. I don't think there's any clothes in this one. So, I hope I don't rip the deposit check. So they didn't send a Christmas card, they sent me a check. So, well, I appreciate it. Thank you for $200 more. So, oh, I don't know. He probably just put it in there because he didn't send it like this. He's really tight about his money. He really don't want nobody stealing it. So he tries to make it look like a regular card or something, probably. I don't know. If he's had any issues in the past, he might have. Yeah, I thank you. I love you. Appreciate it. So, that's my Christmas gift unboxing. It's my Christmas. It's I'm still waking up. Dang it. Schedule I work on, and the amount of time you get off, you don't get off a lot, so I'm enjoying my time off. But I meant to get up earlier today, but I guess I was just too tired. I fell back asleep or something. That's the schedule I'm on. After a few days, if I don't have to work, I can get my schedule to the regular 9 to 5, or I get up when the sun rises. But it takes several days to adjust at least. Usually it takes about a week or two to really adjust, but to try to get it around a sense of normalcy, it takes a few days. That's one thing I don't like about my work schedule. Starting at 4 p.m. in the evening and working till 4 a.m. That's the regular 12 hours. It's a factory job, so it's manual labor, and it's busy consistently for 12 hours. So it's a lot of work. It makes you tired, physically tired. And it's Monday through Friday. I get Fridays off now for a little while till it picks back up. It's still been quite busy, but coming this next month, January, it should slow down some. We always have something to do, so we're always gonna have work to do, but we're not really pushed a lot. And a lot of people that come there, they can't handle it. They quit a few days, might make it a week or two, and they quit. We went through a lot of people. It's too many hours for a lot of people. It's too hard to work. They don't want to do it. I worked at several factories, and with this younger generation, they don't understand. Unless you go to college and get a degree, when you become 18, you gotta work. You have to work. You have to go to work. You have to be there on time. You can't keep calling in. You can't be late a lot. You can't go to your break and be gone for long periods of time, because a lot of these factories, you're just a number to them. They don't want to have to keep telling you. If they have to keep telling you, then they'll just let you go and they'll get somebody else. And that's the attitude a lot of these places have. So you have to work. Now, after you've proven yourself and you've abided by the rules and you've done your job and you've performed well, not in all cases, but in a lot of cases, that gives you leverage, you know. But you have to go through that process. You have to start at the bottom. You have to work your way to it. In the first 90 days, you can't call in. If you got the flu or something, unless you're in a real bad way, you take your medication, your Dayquil, and you tighten your belt and you go to work. You tough it out. You know, you do what you can, but you gotta earn that kind of respect, and you gotta earn those stripes. You gotta pay your dues. But anyways, a lot of people don't understand that's the way it is. Once you become an adult, it's time to be a man. It's time to take responsibilities. You gotta work now. This is the way the real world works. You can't live under a roof with mommy and daddy all your life. You gotta show yourself to be a man. But yeah. So when these people quit and they give up and they don't want to work and they don't want to work as many hours, which I understand it's time consuming. I understand that the schedule is not convenient. I don't like the schedule. I know that it's a lot of hours and it's time consuming. You don't have time for much. I understand that. You know. But unless you can find a convenient other job, you know, not everyone has that option, you know. But you know, you gotta do it for now. Anyways, when they quit and they don't show up, then that puts more work on the people that's still there. So we end up having to go in on our day off or stay several more hours or something like that, because we don't have as many people. So we got to do even more work, and we got to get the same amount of work done in the same time frame, or we got to stay over several hours because there's no speeding the process up with the amount of people we got. But yeah, it's rough, it's tough. People don't always understand it because they ain't never did it. You got some people that show up, but they don't want to work when they get there. Some of these places are less tolerant of people like that. Some people can get away with stuff, but like your cell phones, you can't have your cell phone on you on the factory. Some of these places, it's automatic termination, you know. Some places, they have no tolerance for a cell phone. You put it in your locker and leave it there till your break or till you're done. If people want to sneak and take your phones, they catch you with your phone. When they first start, they give them a warning. They say, this is your first warning. We consider this your first warning. You're not to have your phone on the floor in the factory. This applies to everybody. People still want to listen to music. They want to get their phone. They get caught. They got to suffer the consequences because they already made it clear to them, you're not to have your phone on the floor. Your break is 15 or 20 minutes. When it's your break, you go to break and you got to be back here on this line. People want to do what they want to do, and well, the next day they ain't there, and you say, well, where's so and so? Oh, they got fired. Well, you know, it's not easy, but the only way you can get leeway is by not just going to work and doing enough work to get by. You have to do what you're supposed to do and excel. You got to do more, at least when you first start, for a while, to prove yourself, to earn that kind of respect and show it, and be there every day and everything for a while, maybe a couple of years. But then once you've established that, if something does happen, you have more leverage. But if you're showing up late on a regular basis and you're not working, and they catch you on their phone or constantly have to tell you, hey, stop talking, get back to work. If something happens and you're not there, they're not going to want to keep having to tell you. But the reason I say this is because I've had to deal with a lot of these people. And they're usually in their 18 to early 20s, maybe some of them up to about 30 years of age. They just haven't ever learned that this is the way it works. I've been almost every state in this country, every major city. I've been all around. I've worked in a lot of different places. That's the way it is. Some people think you don't know what you're talking about, but I was working before you were even born, So, I mean, I'm telling you, I'm being honest with you. I'm trying to help some of these people, but they just want to learn the hard way. Some of them want to resort to selling drugs or something like that, or stealing money or faking disability and stuff like that. Ain't nothing respectable about that. But yeah, a lot of that contributes to why I have to stay so many hours and work that type of schedule. But anyways, getting back off, given the fact that it's Christmas, what happens at the factory can stay at the factory. But it's Christmas, December 25th. I don't know what I'm gonna do today. Might need to do a little bit of cleaning. That's one of the reasons why my desk stays so messy, which I'm busy and it's not a priority, but it's because of work. If I had a couple of weeks off and I was just sitting right here, this house would probably be spotless. But I don't do that. I don't fool with it. It's not that big of a deal. When it gets nasty or something, it's just cluttered is all. It's not really dirty. But so for the channel, I've been looking at doing a few things. I still need to put that camera out, and when it warms up enough to do it, I'm not going to do it when it's 20 below zero outside. But I mean, with wind chill, it says 9 degrees right now, so it ain't too bad. But I might do it tomorrow if it's not too cold. But what I aim to say is I've been looking at getting a new phone, the iPhone Pro, maybe the Max 14 Pro Max, and an adapter for a microphone so that it has better sound. And I got several microphones. I just need to buy a special adapter for the phone itself. And but I'll have to wait a couple of checks or something to get that. Maybe next paycheck, I don't know. We'll see. But in that way I'll get better visual quality, better audio. I think camera's a good way to go. I mean, the phone, because it's mobile. And the new iPhone Pro Maxes, 14, the new ones, good enough image quality for making videos for YouTube, a YouTube channel, and vlogging, and so one of the reasons I prefer the Pro Max is it's a little bit bigger, so when you're making a video, for example, you have a bigger screen, has longer battery life, gets better thermals, which means it doesn't get too hot. And I've watched other people do reviews on it. I know people's like, oh, don't buy the 14, wait till the 15. They always say that. Like these new graphics cards, they just come out and they're saying, don't buy this, wait till the next one. hold off. Well, maybe for some people, but you're gonna wait all these months, you know, and with the way things have been, the release date for this or the release date for that is, but you can't get, most people cannot get it on the release date. You have to wait another 6 months before it's available, and then it's too expensive. So you gotta wait another 6 months before it comes down to reasonable price. That's been the trend for the last several years. I know COVID had a lot to do with that, but you know, it's better to just buy the newest thing it is out there now, unless it's next month, and you can wait till next month or something. But you know, in a lot of cases, just get what's out there now. You know, you're gonna wait and wait and wait and wait, and you probably wait longer than you think, and all that time you've waited, you could have had something better, you know. Maybe not the best of the best, but could have had something better. So, anyways, so yeah, I've been doing that, been looking at that. Yeah, it's just winter time, ain't much really going on. Christmas. But yeah, it's bound to get even colder next month. January and February, it's typically the norm here in Wisconsin. But yeah, so I just want to make a video of me opening my gifts for my family and stuff. You know, I'm a Christian, so I you know, I always look at it as a time to remember the birth of Christ, you know, Christmas. But you know, it's not known to be the day of his actual birth. It's just that there's a lot that contribute to why people incorporate that into the Christmas season. You know, I do. But as a Christian, I keep that in mind all throughout the year a lot of the times. But Christmas is just more like, you know, a time of more clearly remembering Christ's birth and how that came about, and the Virgin Mary, and how Christ was conceived by the Holy Spirit and born in Bethlehem in the land of Israel, and the three wise men, and how he was born in a manger. And that makes me think, you know, about it, the manger. Now, when we see the nativity scene, we see a wooden manger, okay? But a manger was made out of stone, okay? Not wood. I mean, I know people don't know, but in in some cases, if I can find it, let me see if I can find it. Sure. There's a church that was made or established in Bethlehem, where it was supposedly supposed to be a place they believe that Christ was actually born. But anyways, it's like a little cave type area carved out of rocks. where they kept the animals. But the manger, which was also made out of rock, like the ones I mentioned before, uh, you know, I'll show you a picture. You can see that, but it was out of rock, not wood. Is what they were made out of back then. That was the common norm. But yeah, they were made out of rock. So what you associate it with, and what you see in traditions, is made out of. They make it out of wood in the nativity scenes, but it was really made out of rock. And in that case, in that one I'm talking about, it was part of the rock that they chiseled away, and it was made out of the rock. It was a manger carved out of stone, but it was still attached to the cave itself. But anyways, so yeah, so I view Christmas as a time to remember this, and you know, because I believe in Jesus Christ. I believe in the virgin birth, which I mean, I believe in the divine. I believe in God, you know, as reality, not some fairy tale, not some kind of pretend to believe, a delusional type state. God's invisible. You cannot see him. I know it seems to go against common sense, or carnality is what it is, to believe in something you can't see. It just doesn't seem sensible. But that's the way God works. You know, first people have to understand that God is God. He's not a person, okay? He came into us in the likeness of a person, his son. You know, the Word become flesh. Jesus was born of a virgin, divinely, the virgin birth. It proves that this was not the natural course of things. This was supernatural, divine, because God is. But it's just something we're not capable of. It's something beyond our understanding. So everything seems to be sensible, and to believe in a God we can't see, that seems to be unsensible. People say, well, God's never shown himself. Why don't he show himself? You have to understand some things. God's ways are not man's ways, okay? God spoke the universe into existence. He spoke the earth into existence, okay? And it was so. People are not remotely capable of something like this. We're limited. We don't have that kind of ability. We are created. So, you know, we just don't understand how this can be. It's not something that we are even capable of. We're not equal with God. We are not what God is. So we just can't do this. And, you know, so to presume to think that because we can't see God, or there's no evidence of God in that respect, that don't mean he isn't there, okay? The earth is, there's all kinds of reasons to believe in God without seeing it, okay? There's too much beauty in creation. Yes, there's suffering in this world, but we can't complain about suffering when God give us life. We exist. We can't say, why did you make me? Why did you create me? I mean, that's not showing respect for one's maker. You exist. You have a life. You breathe. You are, because God made you. I mean, it's beyond our understanding. We can't wrap our mind around it. You know, we just have to respect that fact. We have to be honest with ourselves. We don't know everything, okay? But, I mean, you can think, well, the earth is just so distant from the sun that everything works in unison. The beauty of a sunrise, the beauty of a sunset, all the beautiful creatures in the world, and I mean, it's just the ocean, the tropical sea. I mean, it goes on and on. There's just too much perfection in it. There's no way that it just and it was like that. It just don't work that way. You know, believing in God and acknowledging it this way is not philosophical. Okay? It's not just a belief. Yes, you have to believe in the Word of God. You have to believe in God. But He's real, okay? You have to respect that. He is, okay? But you have to believe that in your heart. That's the way God works. You have to accept that in your heart. Because if you try to figure it out up here, it's not going to happen. People might think, well, that's just naive. Are you afraid of other people's opinions of you for believing in God? I mean, who is another person to judge you? If you really sit and think about it, they're not perfect. They may present themselves as being perfect. They may present themselves as good people, but that don't mean they are. Okay? There's a lot of deceptive people out there like that. You know, and it's not going to be obvious. Okay? If you're thinking it's going to be obvious, then you're only misleading yourself. You got to be wiser than that. But anyways, there's a lot of deceivers out there. And that's just what they do. But, you know, God expressed Himself to us through the gift of His Son, Jesus Christ. For God so loved the world that He gave His only begotten Son, that whoever believes in Him should not perish but have everlasting life. Okay, so when Jesus was born, this was God created in the likeness of sinful flesh, in the likeness of man. Okay? That's why we call Him Emmanuel, God with us. You know, when Jesus came into this world, He came into this world to save us from our sins, to reconcile us back to God. And so, in order to be saved, we must come to Him and believe that He is, and that He is a rewarder of those that diligently seek Him. So, God is always speaking through me when it pertains to His Son, Jesus Christ, and salvation through Him, and the forgiveness of sins. But, so if you've never believed in God or believed in Jesus Christ sincerely, set aside all this false religious doctrine in His name. There's so much of it. That's why I say read the Bible for yourself. Give God a chance. Give God the consideration of Him being real. That is reality. If you think that's too much, then you're missing the whole point. You know, being confronted with the reality of God's existence, you know, especially when you die. I mean, He's there, it just doesn't seem like it. You know, there are very many strongholds that keep a person from connecting with God on that level of reality. But there are those of us that do have that kind of faith. And but it comes from in here. That's just the way God works. It's like people know this to themselves, but it's way back in their mind and in their heart. It only comes out at points and times in their life. It's like there are times in people's life, there are times when things happen in people's life, like in a sense of subconsciousness, they know that God's real. They know that God's there. But it hasn't come out to the surface. And it just hasn't come out. And they don't fully, clearly know that there's that acknowledgement of God deep inside of it. But people have to turn from sin. They have to turn from the things that are wrong in His eyes. Because He does not want them to do those things. He does not want them to be that way. He does not want them to have those things. And, you have to respect that fact. But it is God's will that people repent. It is God's will that people turn to Him and get saved. Okay? So God sent His Son to save us. He loves us. It doesn't always seem like it. Like a father or parent, a loving, disciplining parent who disciplines their child, it might not seem like that parent loves that child in so doing, at least in the eyes of the child at the time. But it's not the actual truth. It's not the bigger picture. A parent would see a bigger picture in a situation, for example, where disciplinary action is taken. So, it's kind of similar to God in that respect. It doesn't seem like God loves us sometimes when things happen or something. It doesn't mean we've done wrong. There's just so many things that we don't understand. But God does love us, And it's like some people, we know that, but we don't want to accept that. Sometimes people don't want to accept that. We don't have an explanation why bad things happen to people, why things happen. We don't have an explanation. We don't know why that happens. But I believe there'll be a day when we stand before God and things will make sense, that it makes sense to us here during this life. We just have to endure the suffering that comes along with going through those things until that day. It's not something we want to accept. There's a lot of things in life we don't want to accept. That we have no choice. Getting old, we don't have a choice. Young people, obviously, they don't understand that. They don't realize it. But there was a time when I was young, and I'm getting older. And obviously, people who are old, they know that. Like the present for me now will be the present for me when I'm older, assuming I live to be old. Elderly. And a young person, when they're young, for the present, they don't have enough experience and understanding life, so they don't see that as the present. But eventually, the present for them that day will be the present for them when they're old. It's a process. It's not something that we like to go through, but we don't have a choice. So you just do the best you can as you get older. Make the best of it. I know a lot of things are no longer new to us, but that's why a lot of young people, they understand why you don't do this or don't do that. like, I'm not 21, you know, I'm not 18. That stuff's still new to them. It don't appeal to me no more, you know. You outgrow a lot of things. You mature and stuff. But anyways, I think that's going to wrap it up for this episode of On the Ground. And again, if you all are watching, I love you. I thank you. I hope you have a Merry Christmas and a wonderful New Year. And I'll see you here next time on the Ground.